First and foremost, this video is for people who want to quit gaming but they don't know how to. And if you like gaming, that's perfectly fine, good for you. But this video is not meant for you. And getting that out of the way, why am I qualified to talk about this? Because I haven't played a game since January of this year. I'm 8 months clean, and I have a handle on what I'm talking about. The things and principles that I talk about in this video, they have worked for me and they have changed my life for the better. I haven't gone back in the 8 months that I'm talking about, and if you apply what I'm talking about, you can too. The first reason is, why are you trying to quit gaming in the first place? What is the reason that propels you and drives you to change this aspect of your identity? Has it ruined your life, your confidence, your relationship skills, your social skills, whatever it is? Figure out why you are trying to change. For me, it was ruining my life, and my goal was to get better as a person, to get on self improvement, to change my life and become a different person than I was the day before. And gaming did not help that. In fact, it actively went against that, prevented me from making progress. It delayed my days, made me feel terrible inside, and I realized it had to go. Why? Because I want to get better. I want to change my life. I want to be somebody who I can be proud of. And gaming was not a part of that. So for you, what's your why? Because when you have a why, you will be able to endure anyhow. Even on your weak days, even on your bad days. You will be willing to persevere and put in the effort to get better, to quit for good, as long as you have a sufficient why. So take the time, figure out why you want to quit in the first place, and write it out, put it in a place where you can see it, and realize this is the reason why I'm going to quit gaming. This is how I'm going to change my identity and become a different person than I was the day before. Now, with your why out of the way, the next step is to figure out how you're going to eliminate games from your house. Because the goal here is to eliminate every single trace of gaming from your house. This is what you need to do. You need to figure out how you are going to eliminate these triggers that keep tempting you to play video games within your life, the things that are constantly accessible to you, constantly available to you, the things that are forcing you to play video games even though you don't want to. You need to learn how to eliminate these triggers from your life in order to take back control of your own behaviors and your own habits. I did this with three things: my Nintendo Switch, my Xbox 360, and Steam on the computer. I removed my Nintendo Switch from my environment by locking it up in a safe. I don't know the combination to the safe. The safe is in my house, but it makes it impossible for me to access the game and play whenever I want to. I just have no physical way of accessing that console, playing it whenever I want to. With that out of the way, there's nothing I can do. So my mind, after about a week, just completely forgot about the Nintendo Switch, and I got to doing better things with my time. Now, with Nintendo Switch out of the way, how did I get rid of the Xbox 360? I just made it very, very difficult to get started in this instance. Instead, it used to be in my living room, where it was connected to the living room TV, and I would play whenever I wanted to. Instead, I unplugged it, put it in the basement, and now if I want to play in the living room TV, I have to pick it up, plug it in, do all this diagnostic work, and plug it into HDMI, and then I can start playing. And it is just too difficult to justify doing. So you can make it difficult to even get started, right? You could put it in the basement, put your console in a different room, unplug it every single time after you're done playing the game. From there, usually it just makes the friction so high that you just end up not wanting to do it. Or you, in the process of plugging it in or doing anything like that, you realize, I don't actually want to play a game. Or what am I doing right now? I'm not going to play a game. I don't want to play a game. And with that in place, it just becomes a lot easier to resist those urges when they do arise. And after a while, I just forget about it. I haven't touched the Xbox 360 in about 6 months. You forget about it if it becomes too difficult or impossible to play. And with Steam, I did the same sort of thing. I asked my dad to set an administrator password where I could not re-download Steam no matter how bad I wanted to. If I want to re-download it, I'll have to ask him to put in the password so I can start playing again. And I'm not going to do that. So with Steam out of the way, with my Xbox out of the way, and my Nintendo Switch out of the way, those three ways are how I eliminated my things from my environment. You can also sell it. You can also give it to a friend. But for me, those things don't really work because I don't want to sell my consoles, right? They're like childhood memories. So instead, I just eliminated it from my environment. When you've gotten rid of all ways of playing video games, you also need to get rid of all ways of watching video games. This means YouTube, social media, things online like Reddit, what else? Wikis, news article sites, whatever. You need to get rid of all these things from your life. I use two things. For YouTube, I use an extension called Unhook. I basically turn on all the little knobs on it. Because Unhook is, I should explain, it's an extension which blocks YouTube subscriptions, blocks your For You page, blocks all these recommendations, and eliminates the dopamine aspect of YouTube and leaves it as like a search engine. So if I really do want to watch something, I'm not going to get it recommended to me. I just search it up and I watch it because I want to. For just like the internet in general, I use LeechBlock, a very efficient, free blocker where I put the site in, put it for 24/7, block the site, never access it again. And this helps me resist temptation when I want to go on Reddit, look at Elden Ring wiki, right? Or like the Elden Ring subreddit. It's just like, oh, it's blocked. I can't access it. So it's out of my mind, stays out of my mind, and I don't fall prey to these temptations. I recommend that you do the same. Now, these first two strategies combined together, they're going to give you a lot of free time because now you've eliminated gaming from your life. You have the time in your day given back to you. What are you going to do with it? I recommend finding a hobby. Do not, and I repeat, do not sit around on social media. Don't start binging TV. Don't go to the cinemas and start watching movies all day. Find a hobby that you enjoy doing, that you've been wanting to get into. Start learning how to do that. You could do drawing, writing, reading, Sudoku, whatever it is. Going outside if that's your thing. Figure out what you enjoy doing, what is important to you. Find a way to do it. Find a way to live up to your hobby and just do something enjoyable and new in your life. Because what this does is it expands your knowledge of what the world is actually like and it makes you more interesting as a person. Because yes, gaming was a big part of your life. You knew a lot about gaming. But now gaming's gone and you need to find something new to expand and spend your time into. And don't make this something that somebody told you, oh, learning how to do self-improvement is awesome or reading is the best thing you could possibly do for your life. I agree that reading is really great, but if you absolutely hate reading or that's not something you want to get into right now, do something else. Don't do what other people are telling you. Do something for yourself. That's taking walks. If that's learning how to draw, that's figuring out how to animate. Do something you're going to enjoy, a hobby that means something to you. Fill your time with that sort of thing. Make it healthy, make it happy, make it whatever it is. But a hobby is the best way to get started, to start filling up your time in a meaningful way by yourself. Now, with these three steps, you have a good framework to get started. But don't track your days. Use these small steps, keep it consistent, do it by yourself to start, but do not track your days. When you track your days, for me, what I've noticed is what happens is I'm always keeping it on my mind. Oh, I've gone 5 days now, 6 days now, 10 days now, 15 days now. When I do that sort of thing, it just is constantly on my mind. I'm always thinking about what I'm missing out on. It makes me want to play games even more. Inevitably, when I fail, like at the 30-day mark or something, oh, I failed at 30 days of not playing a game. Why even try? Why even do anything? Makes me think that the streak is everything. And if I miss that streak, if I break that streak, my life is worthless. It doesn't matter. I might as well just quit. You have to realize tracking does not help you. You can set a time or a day when you realize, okay, I'm quitting now. I quit this on July 15th of last year. Just don't count the days since you've done that. Realize that, okay, I quit then, but how many days has it been? No clue. And just do that. If you really want to know when you did quit, that's fair. I understand what you're saying. But tracking your days just keeps your mind on it, distracts you, and it makes you just want to relapse on what you're trying to quit in the first place. Don't track your days. The last strategy I have in this video is joining a social activity. Something like a track club, which is what I'm in, martial arts, gymnastics, swimming, whatever it is. Find some sort of activity that interests you, that you've been meaning to get into, that you want to get into, and join it. You'll meet like-minded people, you'll make friends, you'll get out in the world and you'll interact with others. It'll make you more confident, it'll make you more happy. You'll just get out of the house every single week feeling excited to go do the activity that you've done. For me, it's done all of those things. It's made me more confident, happy, all the things I literally just said right now. And I look forward to when practices start again in the fall, because I have friends, I feel confident, I feel happy, and it's a good environment for me to grow and get better in. You can do the same. If you've stuck around all the way to the end, thank you, and I hope you found something useful within this video for your own life. If anything, it is possible to quit gaming. No matter how difficult it may seem in the moment, you can do so. You have the power to do so, and if I can do it, so can you. So thank you for watching. Have a good one. Peace!